shoes today, I will say this, shoes today are made for foot size and not for foot type. You have people with high arches, low arches. Back in the day, 100 years ago, all the shoes were custom made to your foot.
Mm.
Okay.
A cobbler made the shoes.
Exactly.
Hey,
And now you
where
have
have all the cobblers gone? We need
all
more
the
cobblers.
cobblers are gone.
We need to
Now
bring
you
back
have
cobblers.
off the shelf shoes. You know, I'm a size 11, but no shoe is ever wide enough for my foot. You know, I have a wide foot, and I have to keep looking. And I found my preferred brands, but they never really fit. Like always, my toe like rubs a little. You know what I mean? So it's like the shoes today are not cut. So when I take the X-ray, I take 100%. I take a look at the shape of the foot, because the shape of the foot does, and the shape of the foot pair it with the wrong shoe will affect their pain. That's number one. And then when I don't see anything significant on the X-ray, I have an ultrasound machine in my office, and I take a look at the area of pain. I check for a swollen nerve, a torn joint, a torn ligament. I check for a strain on their tendon, something like that. So I like to see if there's an actual injury. Just the other day, I had a patient. She's like, I have pain on the top of my foot for a year, and she went to this doctor and that doctor, and they couldn't help her. Second, I did the ultrasound. I was like, oh, here, you have a partial tear of your tendon. You need to go into a boot for 6 weeks. So sometimes chronic pain can, like, this person just didn't get the right imaging to figure out what was causing her pain. So now that we know what was causing her pain, she's going to immobilize her foot, and her tendon should heal itself and put itself back together. If it doesn't, we get an MRI, and hopefully she doesn't need surgery to stitch up the tendon, but she'll be okay. But it's just like different things like that. And it could be so easy to fix if the patients just come in. And if they don't fix it, then they can tear. Then they need surgery. Okay? There's also another aspect of chronic foot pain, I would say, like people with neuropathy or arthritis. That pain never goes away. And some people just don't want to deal with it. They pop Percocets and pills and Vicodins and gabapentin.
No bueno.
Not good, right? So, like, for example, one of my biggest like qualms with neurology, right? So if someone has neuropathy, which is very painful, their legs are burning and tingling, that is a chronic condition. It is related to the nutrition of the nerve. The nerve needs to wake up. My multifaceted approach is nourish the nerve, wake it up with the laser, wake it up with electric stimulation, like a TENS unit, buzz the crap out of the nerve, right? Wake it up, start walking, okay? Take a vitamin to help nourish the nerve. But then they go to the neurologists put them on Cymbalta, which is an antidepressant that actually helps with nerve pain, or they put them on gabapentin or Lyrica. Lyrica is also an antidepressant that helps with nerve pain. I'm not saying these things don't help, they just don't fix the root cause of the issue. And these patients, their issues get more and more chronic. Same thing with arthritis. They go to a rheumatologist. Okay, you have rheumatoid arthritis. I'm not saying they shouldn't be on medications, but or someone just has like a wear and tear arthritis. They use the Aspercreme for their hands, and they go on these anti-inflammatories like diclofenac and meloxicam for years, and then they destroy their stomachs, right?
Replace one problem for another, and you don't even fix the underlying problem in the first place.
Right. So there's so much more, and a lot of these chronic issues, like neuropathy and arthritis, are related to health as well. You know, obviously, when someone has arthritis, I tell them don't eat dairy, don't eat gluten. It's gonna make your arthritis more. You're gonna inflame more, and there's studies about it. You know, that's when I pair them up with a lifestyle coach. Hey, you need to go on some vitamins and change your nutrition a little bit. Diabetics too, diabetic neuropathy. You need foods that are more rich in B vitamins. You need to cut the potatoes. You need to cut the carbs. It's my 5. I tell my patients, the diabetic patients, stay away from the 4 W's. No white rice, no white potato, no white pasta, and no white bread.
Oh, come on. That's not
it sucks, right? It sucks to live. but that goes back to nutrition, how like our food is devoid of nutrients, which is why our DNA cannot repair itself. So that's why these chronic issues really need to be addressed from all parts of the spectrum.
Yep.
And just give it a pill and ignore it. You should treat the root cause of the issue.
I talk about it time and time and time again, how we live in this instant gratification, quick fix, high-paced society where, everybody is just looking for the magic pill, right? The one thing you could do, the one trick, the one social media video that you see that solves it all. And the hard conversation to have is the conversation about overall prevention, right? How do we prevent these problems from happening in the first place? Well, it goes back to the things that we all struggle with doing, building daily habits and routines and exercise and diet and mental wellness. And, for me, meditation, journaling, all these different things play into living a happy, productive lifestyle.
Where I'm not great at this, but it's really all boils down to taking care of yourself and putting time aside for yourself. I had a patient yesterday, I haven't seen her for a year, and she says, I did everything you said, but because on the weekends I do laundry, I clean the house, that's when my foot hurts, and I can't do anything about it. I have to take care of the house. And I'm like, you need to take care of yourself. Tell your husband to get a cleaning lady and tell her to do the laundry and the dishes, because your plantar fasciitis has now become chronic because you are not doing anything that I asked. Like she came in for pills. She asked me for pills, and I'm like, listen, I'll give it to you. It'll help, but you really need to go back to stretching. You got to go back to orthotics, or else you're gonna end up having surgery.
Oh yeah, she'll use the pills to numb the pain when she's doing the work around the house. The whole time that's happening, she's inflaming the area more, and then it'll get to the point where the pills don't even work anymore, and it's a bigger issue.
Don't take the time. I said, please. Yeah, I said, please go to physical therapy. Take care of yourself. I had another patient, nice lady. I think she's like the wife of a rabbi or something like that, and the rabbi always has like a million guests in his house or whatever. And she had this really bad chronic Achilles tendonitis. And I tried everything on her because she didn't have time to take care of herself. And then I looked at her and I was like, listen, go to physical therapy. And then when she finally went to physical therapy and she took care of the root cause of the issues of how tight she is and all that kind of stuff, her Achilles tendon finally calmed down. And she even sent me like a message. She got my phone number from someone. And like she sent me like this amazing message on how thankful she was. She just had to stop worrying about the kids and worrying about her husband and all their guests all the time and just focus on herself. Just treat the root cause of the issue. Do the therapy, do the icing, get a massage, take the right vitamins.
Now you're speaking my language.
Cook yourself a healthy meal, and your body will like love you and thank you for it.
Absolutely.
It's simple, it's hard, but that's the thing. We live in this instant gratification society, and everybody wants things fast. Fix it now. Just like I told this guy, I was like, hey, you have a tear in your plantar fascia. Your body should heal it, but it's going to take about 6-7 weeks. And I said, but if you want to speed it up, we could give you you could try the laser and, one of my stem cell injections. But that's what people want. People don't rely on their bodies anymore to do what they're supposed to do because nobody has time. I had a patient with like a complete tear of his Achilles. It was like hanging on a thread. And he's like, I'm sorry, I sell cars. I need to go to work. And I was like, fine, go to work in your boot. Just keep your boot on. And he paid me. He gave me all the money to use all my stuff that makes him heal fast. And he healed faster than most people, which was pretty impressive. But
he's motivated. That's for sure.
He's motivated. I don't care about the money. I just care about getting these patients better. It just takes time, and nobody has patience. That's why they end up with these chronic issues. You got to address the nutrition. You got to address your lifestyle. You got to address the pain. You even have to address your cortisol levels. Like a lot of times, like I have a patient who he's getting laser therapy right now. I'm going to go see him after this podcast. And he says he has sleep apnea. So that means he never sleeps and his cortisol levels are always up, right? So how can your body repair itself? How can your
Not gonna happen.
tendinitis go back to normal if you don't sleep? You got to get some sleep.
Yeah.
So it's all related. There are ways, good way to get your cortisol down is take a walk in the morning in the sun or get at least 7 hours of sleep. And amazingly enough, our body will do amazing things and it'll start to repair itself with the right nourishment, the right mindset. And that will really, like, all of that together will get you out of the chronic pain.
So I wanted to touch on that briefly before we wrap up. Aside from the overall diet and the overall exercise, what are some things additionally that we could do to prevent foot issues? Like, I've heard that it's a good thing if you're on your feet all the time when you come home, like soak your feet in Epsom salts or whatever, or maybe stretches specifically for the feet. Like at the end of the day, sit at the end of your bed and rotate your feet around.
Yes.
Obviously getting out and just walking, like forget about running, just getting outside and walking, things like that. Like what, in addition to that, what else are some things that you can do at home, some simple home remedies that aren't too tedious, right? It's not hard to fill up a bucket of water and put some salts in there and soak your feet at night. In fact, it's pretty pleasurable.
Not only should you try an Epsom salt soak for your feet, you could also do an Epsom salt bath for your body.
The full body, yeah.
If you do a full Epsom salt bath for your body, and even add a little baking soda, that stuff is amazing. Like, it really helps relax your muscles. People take baking soda for granted, okay? But it really does help with it's a muscle relaxant and things like that. Epsom salt soak for your foot. Calluses, people have a lot of dry skin, and when the calluses get too thick, it inflames the tissue of the foot. So moisturizing your feet daily is important. Stretching, just doing some calf stretches, just taking an exercise band or a belt and leaving it by your nightstand, and then just doing like these calf stretches like that, and just holding the calf string and the calf up. That helps a lot, because if you stretch out your calf and your quads, it takes a lot of pressure off your foot, because we've been sitting already for 27 minutes here. Everything's tight. So we sit so much in our cars and our offices. We just got to stretch our calves, stretch our quads, and just do some light stretching at home. And it helps a lot. I stretch my calf when I brush my teeth. It's the only way I can get it into my routine.
Yeah, I've been stretching a lot lately. I'm dealing with some sciatica from my last running bout. I snapped something. I've been struggling for like 3 weeks now, and it's been pretty tough, but it's getting better. I'm almost out of the woods. And let me just tell you, I don't take baking soda for granted. Baking soda helps me make some incredible pancakes, I'll have you know.
Yes, very true. Just the TLC. Another thing, you can go on eBay or Amazon and get for like $30 one of those TENS units, and just put it where it hurts.
What is it? TENS units? What is this?
TENS, TENS unit, like an electric stimulator.
Okay.
Like the Japanese, they created those little sticky pads that's where it started. And they use it a lot of physical therapy. If you have a home unit, it helps a lot. It's just about taking care of yourself. Like, I have a neck massage, like a neck thing. I have it right by my bed. I just do it every night, and I don't have a stiff neck in the morning. It's great. So it's just about like trying to incorporate something, soaking, massaging, moisturizing, stretching. Those are the top things that you can do to prevent foot pain in general.
Absolutely. So you hear that, everyone? Take care of yourself, right? We only got this one life to live. Let's live it to the fullest. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, we'll leave it at that. Thanks everyone so much for joining us.
Thank you, everyone.
Magical journey. If you found this content useful, you know the drill. Don't forget to like, subscribe. If you've had your own issues, if we missed anything, let us know in the comments. We're always interested to hear your feedback. And if we did miss anything, or you leave an interesting comment, we'll bring it up on the next episode, and we'll fill you in on that. So with that, everyone have a wonderful day. Take care, and we will catch you all next time on the next episode of the LMD Podiatry Podcast.
Thank you for listening to the LMD Podiatry Podcast. For more information, visit lmdpodiatry.com. That's lmdpodiatry.com. or call 954-680-7133.